So this is the overview for the project of the restaurant order taking chatbot. Um, we will go as an overview over the features and architecture that we want to develop. Please, if you have any questions or comments about it, let me know. The idea is for you to have an idea on how we are planning to do this. Um, do not overcomplicate over what I am going to explain. The idea will be to have this working pretty straightforward, but hopefully it makes sense and we can start working on a great project together. So, uh, for starters, the name of this project will be Maple AI or Butler Bot that we call. Um, the the chatbot initially for this first stage, we will only work with SMS messages through through a Twilio integration. Um, what we want to use for the chatbot flow control is voice flow. Um, so that will be the main flows if the user wants to get information about the restaurant, do an order, or having customer support. All of that we will handle through voice flow. When it comes time to the loop, the order taking loop, in which the most important AI features will live, that will happen inside of here, which will be a flow-wise instance. So we will deploy these on most probably DigitalOcean cloud instance. So flow-wise, what we will do is um, we will fork the current flow-wise GitHub. Let me open it here. GitHub flow-wise. Yes. So let me get back to the code. So flow-wise, we will fork it into our own custom repository, and that's because we will most probably be doing some code changes to do our own nodes, specific nodes, LangChain nodes to make this work. We will be developing our own specific tools for this. So this will be the flow-wise. So all the loop, I will show how where will that fit. But the idea is that this LangChain flow-wise setup will have a few API actions or tools that it will have access to add or remove items from an order and query the data, uh, query menu data and other type of data from the database. The database we are planning to use an Airtable. This can still change. We are deciding between Airtable and Supabase, which is basically a self-hosted Postgres SQL database plus vector database. Um, if we go that route, if not, we can do also Airtable. Just because it is easy to manage. If you haven't worked with it, I suggest you to go and take a look. It'll be airtable.com. The good thing about Airtable is that we are able to do interfaces over the database. So kind of putting chatbots or uh, chart boards over over the data or forms, things like that. This is dashed because we are still scoping, so this will most probably be not part of the first stage, but could be something that we add, like forms or a dashboard for the restaurant owner to easily modify the menu items and things that they will have access. So general architecture. Now talking about the database, what will we have inside the database? What we will be saving are customers. So right now, very simple, we will have the customer name, the phone number, maybe the email address, and their address. Um, so this will be to both lead capturing and being able to service previous customers if they come back. We will have an orders table, which will be just keeping track of what orders are are being processed for which customers. They will just have an order date, order status, and a type. I will explain the type later. We will have order items. These order items, so an order will have multiple order items, which will just be an instance of the menu, but assigned to the order. So that means what the restaurant owner at the end will be able to modify only are the menu items, or ideally they will only modify the menu items, which will be what can you order from the menu. We will have a name, description, a price, and a few helper variables for do we have a combo? I mean, does this menu item can be converted into a combo? What will be the price if it's a combo? And one type column that we will use to handle different things about it. Like, is this a standalone item or is it an add-on? So that means some menu items will be add-ons over a menu item. So for example, if we have a hamburger and we want to add bacon to the hamburger, we will have a bacon item that will be specified as an add-on. And if the customer wants to add bacon to that hamburger, finally what will happen is we will have a hamburger item as an ordered item, and then bacon item as an add-on. So we will have the two separate items, and we can, so that way the flexibility is we can have as many add-ons as we like. This is still in scoping. If we find out that this is hard to do, harder than we think, then we might push back and remove the add-on option. But let's try to brainstorm about it and see how we can make it happen. The only thing left about the order items will be the comments. Maybe the customer wants to, from the hamburger they want to remove the pickles or something. So this will be added as a comment to the order item. Um, so this will be the database. These other tools are other tables, schemas that I was exploring, but we will keep it simple. So this is what we will handle, these four tables. All right. Then for the flows, for the actual conversation flows, if I go to the Figma file, I will give you access to this. And I hope it loads quickly. What will happen, and most of this will be designed in voice flow, when the user initiates a chat, we will know the phone number. So we will, by the phone number, we will check if the user is a previous user or a new user, and it will greet them accordingly. Then it will ask things. It will ask. It will start with the initial menu. What can we help you with today? And the options. So this copy doesn't have to be exact. This will probably be. It will show you a few options. You can ask information about the restaurant. You can order a meal, or ask for support. So these will be the three options. If the user wants to order a meal, we will enter the ordering flow that we will see. The ordering flow will move to the checkout and finally end the chat. If the user wants information from the restaurant, it will be just a loop where the customer can ask questions about the address, phone numbers, and other things. If they want to ask specific things about the menu, like what's the recommendation, do you have current promos, all of that will be obtained from a knowledge database. So this one should be easy, just question Q&A from a knowledge database on what's the information from the restaurant. And the support will just be forwarding them to the channel, the support channel, which will be, we will be forwarding them only to email, send an email here or call this other phone number. That's how it will work, right? So really the most complex part will be the new order, the ordering process. And that one will be like this. The order taking flow, this is what we will do using Flowwise. So this will be a loop in Flowwise. If we go back to the architecture diagram, it will be a loop here in Flowwise. that in which what will happen is I lost the Figma. Okay, here it is. So it will ask you, what would you like to order? Maybe we will add some hints. So these are the recommended things or something like that. Um, if the person, so here, if the person wants to ask, so what's in the menu? So the chatbot should be able to answer information from that. So most probably uh, we will have another action, which is menu info, which is if the customer asks, oh, what's in the menu, then it will throw a few recommendations, or it will tell a summary of the menu, and go back again and ask, so what would you like to order, right? um, we will somehow personalize this message, maybe to make it not sound robotic, not the same thing as always, because this is very important for the client. They want it to sound more like a conversation. So probably just do uh, a chat GPT prompt so that it answer creatively or differently each time. So the main thing, the main complexity will be these three actions, which will be add an item, remove items, or modify items. So let's say a customer says, "Oh yeah, I would like one hamburger and with a beverage." So that means, so that query, that single text, will be translated into two add items calls. This will be done with Flowwise. These are our tools. If you don't know, I hope you know. With LangChain, you can attach tools um, to the AI to decide what to do, right? So here we will decide, okay, so the customer wants these two new things, so I will add them. And that will be an API call that will add a new item to the order. If the customer says, oh no, I want to remove these and I want to, but now I want to order that, then that will be probably two queries, one to remove the item and one to add the item. The idea here is that the um, AI will decide by the tools we have. So it will be creating the tools in Flowwise, adding the description so that a good enough description, and in the prompt also having the AI understand that, okay, if you receive a single text query, separate it in the multiple actions that you have to do, like add, remove, or whatever, and then execute each of them, right? So finally, so we will be executing this. Um, if we add an item, then we call the API to add the item to the order. We will fetch then the new order breakdown and show it to the customer. Okay, your current order is this. So you have this item with this, and these are the prices, and this is the breakdown. So anytime the user asks to add or remove, it will show what's the current order breakdown, right? There are a few things that here that we will check if the product exists, or if there is a stock. And if it is not, then the API will return an error or a boolean saying it couldn't be added. So the chatbot will answer, oh, it wasn't added. um, and it will keep in this loop. Okay, we add or remove menu items. We will do this so we will do this by API calls over the database. And once the customer doesn't want to order anything else, we will just confirm, okay, is this the order, show the final breakdown, and finally move to checkout. Checkout right now is a simple payment link or invoice link that we will be sending. So there will be no payment integration. We will just send a link to, um, okay, here's your invoice, your order. Oh, the order checkout will also check for the address. Finally, uh, this we are still defining if we will have order reminders, which will just be a make integration, right? That we will send to both the restaurant and the customer to say, okay, your order is being prepared. It will be ready in 30 minutes, something like that. So that's what we will have. Then, okay, so the add item flow, we will, for the add item, we will do two simple checks. So we will handle a couple of simple upsells. One upsell is, would if the item can be upgraded as a combo, it will ask, would you like this as a combo? And the person will say yes or no, and then it will be added as a combo or as a menu item. All of this will probably be just a single API call in which the combo item goes true or false, right? Instead of this, because I did this a bit before. And or ask to, would you like a beverage with this? Would you like to add any add-on, and maybe show the add-ons? We will see. So this is the idea, but we will see how complex is this. As a minimum, I will say support either one of the two, either the combo, would you like this as a combo, or would you like to add a beverage or an add-on, right? So that's what happens when we add. When we remove, we just confirm, okay, are you really sure? Do you want to remove this? Yes. And modify item, let's not think about this one now. That will not be, I don't think that will be supported. If the customer wants to modify something, it will be just removing or adding. And then the order checkout, what will happen is, um, we will have express or pickup. So if it's pickup, we just jump straight to showing the address. Okay, so you have to pick up your order at this address. The user confirms, and that's done. But if the user wants express, then we will check. And this check might be, we can maybe skip this because we already did it up here at the beginning. So maybe we already have the data here. The idea is, if the user exists, we will show the previous address. So it will show, okay, so is this the address that you want? This is the address we had saved. If the user confirms, yes, okay, we will send you to that address, confirm, ready. If not, but if the user says, no, I want to add a new address, then we will add a new address and validate it. If the user doesn't exist, we will capture some of their information, name, email, and address. If they already existed, then that means we already had that. And we will just validate, maybe just validate that the email is correct, the format is correct, and the address is correct. This will be addresses in the US, United States, so that should be easy. It's very standard. Once it's confirmed, okay, we show just one final confirmation message. Okay, this we will be sending you your order to this address, and we continue to the next step, which is I said order processing, but the order processing is really just sending them to a link to the invoice. We will define that, but it will probably just be, okay, here's your invoice, pay here, that's it. And finally, the support flow, which will be just forwarding them to the channel the uh, or the email that they need to send if they have support or complaints or want to know the status of an order. Right now, checking the status through the chatbot and stuff, that will not be supported. So that is it in summary. So really, the hard part will be adding and removing items. Well, removing items will be easier. Adding the item with the upsell, that's basically the whole magic of this chatbot. Being able, with LangChain, being able, letting having the correct prompts for the AI to choose which API call to do, API call to add an item or remove an item. That will be the most complex. The upselling, right? So if having that condition, if the item upsell with an add-on or not, that will be it. And yeah, that's the main thing. And probably another with a bit of checks will be the address checking and all this part of the checkout. The rest should be fairly simple, can be done through voice flow, having these flows in voice flow. And yeah, maybe the other a bit of a hassle will be um, setting up well, not so much, but setting up the Flowwise server and doing the custom code inside the Flowwise fork. But that will be it. I hope this is clear enough. I will send you. So we have a product requirement document with this information, with this scoping, just the same I explained, but with a little bit more of um, overview and use cases. But technically, it will be the same. So yeah, I will send you the material with the rest of the links and let me know. Hopefully, we can build this great project together, and this may grow, so we may have future things to add, and hopefully this will be well, we want this to be a successful project because the client is really interested and he's an investor that will surely want to move forward. So yeah, let us know. Very interesting project. First time we will be working with tools with LangChain, letting the AI decide the tools to use. So that will be a fun challenge. And that's it. Thank you so much. Hope to hear from you soon. Have a nice day.